Hi everyone, Jennean here with Tranquil Rose. Today is the Heart Chakra. So the Heart Chakra, also known as Anahata Chakra. The theme of your Heart Chakra, it's kind of a little bit obvious, but for those of people that are new to chakras, I'm just going to lay it out there. So the theme is love, compassion, humanity, empathy, tolerance, oneness, warm-heartedness. So, I mean, that's kind of when you associate with your heart, you think love and things like that. So that would be the theme of your heart chakra. So the color of your heart chakra is green. The number of petals on the lotus flower is 12. The heart chakra's element is air. The basic symbol is a hexagon, so you would picture a green lotus flower with 12 leaves and a hexagon inside. That's getting complicated, so don't overcomplicate it. If you just want to picture green energy swirling around at your heart center, then that's good enough too. The planet is Jupiter, that's associated with the heart chakra. Your sensory function is touch, which again goes along with love. The heart chakra is the center of the chakra system. In almost all cultures, the heart is linked to the power of love. The heart chakra is the center of one's humanity and feelings for others. So this is another big. I believe all 7 of the chakras are the big ones, but from here down you're getting a really good base for your entire emotional system and your body, and these are the higher up, connecting with your divine source. In Sanskrit, Anahata means whole or unbroken. This tells us that we are free and protected from fault in our spiritual center. Whatever happens to us in life, we will always be able to return to the fundamental power of love and find comfort, strength, and grace. I think that's super comforting. Hold on one sec. Oh, there we go. I was just going to say, I am for some reason not sure what I'm doing, but I'm not always receiving the comments. So if you comment, I will go on later and double check, because I'm not 100% sure with these lives how to make sure that I'm getting the comments in while I'm doing the video. Okay, so Isa and Kakini are the 2 Hindu deities most closely associated with the heart center. The symbolic animal of the heart chakra is the antelope. More commonly, the chakra is associated with birds of all kinds, and the dove in particular. In Eastern and Western cultures, the dove is considered a symbol of love, peace and love. It's also considered an angel symbol, which, when you think of that, angels are nothing but light and love. So you can see how that would be associated with the heart chakra. The metal associated with your heart center is copper, its corresponding planet being Jupiter. The heart chakra is most active during the phases of the new moon and the full moon. So you can kind of see how when the full moon goes, like, there's so much more to it, but you can see how your emotions can be elevated, and you can feel a little bit crazy when the full moon comes. It's not always. It depends on what phase it is, like what other planets are affecting it and whatnot. The heart chakra is located at the level of your heart. Not on the left side though. It's not directly over your heart. It is in the middle of your chest. So you think of where your heart is, right in the center there is where you're going to picture your green energy swirling. Your heart center energy works within the rib cage, governing the heart, lungs, and the circulation of energy throughout your body. So working with the solar plex, you can see how powerful these 2 chakras are. It also affects the skin and blood as well as the hands, arms, and upper back. These are a lot of things that people don't always associate with the heart chakra. Like when you're having shoulder problems and stuff, you would think more neck, but it's actually your heart chakra that is affecting these things. The glandular functions of the thymus, which plays an important role in the maintenance of a healthy immune system, also depend upon the activity of the heart chakra. The main teachings upon the heart chakra speak of the heart being the center of the universe, center of universal, transpersonal love. It radiates. It's funny how I have a hard time reading my own writing. It's like I get so in the zone and I get going. It radiates the power that binds people together. True compassion, the willingness to put others first, and the ability to gain a deep understanding of another person are all emotional capacities that show that one has reached a high level of consciousness. These are good indications you have a healthy and active heart chakra. Those are just some of them. But if you're living in love and light, you can definitely feel secure in the fact that you are tapping into your heart chakra. When blocked, a person can become heartless and bitter. Loneliness and difficulty connecting are chief consequences. This will lead to isolation and feeling overwhelmed by others, and even losing your sense of identity. So when you're in a group of people and they're overwhelming you and you just feel like you just don't know what to say or how to be, it could be your heart chakra. It can also be your throat because that's speaking your truth, but mostly it comes from your heart. Methods for harmonizing your heart chakra. The gems are emerald, chrysoprase, jade, and rose quartz. Rose quartz is one of my favorite. Jade is really, really good too. I had chrysoprase myself, but for each person it's definitely depends upon what crystals are calling you, because a crystal you'll be drawn to it. So if you're not feeling drawn to it, then just because it's listed here doesn't mean it's the one that you should be working with. If you're feeling more called upon rose quartz, then pick up a rose quartz and be using that one. So aromatherapy: cloves, rose, jasmine, and tarragon. I have tarragon at home. I can't say that I would use that as aromatherapy, but that's what it said. Bach flowers, red chestnut, willow, and chicory. The spice for the heart chakra is saffron. Definitely use that sparingly in your cooking because it can be quite expensive. Medicinal plants are whitethorn, thyme, and melissa. The heart chakra is the base of love and compassion. People with poorly developed or blocked chakras are faced with problems to do with loving relationships and the proper balance between giving and receiving. So if you are an overly giving person, it's not necessarily a proper balance in your heart chakra. If you are not giving at all, and all you do is receive, that could be a good indication that you have not so well developed heart chakra. That's good English, hey? They often feel isolated and have really hard times connecting and opening up with others. They have a hard time giving and receiving love. A weakened or blocked heart chakra will prevent one's inner feelings from unfolding in a natural way. So you will feel like every emotion that you are showing to others will feel forced or fake, or it can be really tough when you have a blockage in your heart chakra. They can lack boundaries and tend to make excessive demands on others to compensate for their lack of love that they feel. So that can definitely, that was one that I had early on in my life. I really had a lot of high demands on someone because when they finally met those demands, I felt like they really loved me because I had a heart chakra blockage. So I felt like they needed to go through all of these obstacles in order for me to open up and give them my love. Children who come from broken homes often will suffer from blockages in the heart chakra because in early development they decide it was unsafe to remain open amidst pain and chaos. Although this is a protection mechanism to keep them safe, it, if left unchecked, can cause serious problems later on in life. So it's natural when you're living in a life where there's chaos and anger and sometimes you're fearing for your life when you're just developing. You learn to close yourself off. Also, when you go through some really traumatic relationships, like not just for ladies, but for anybody that goes through a really hard relationships with narcissists, all of these things, your emotions and your body will help protect you and close off your heart chakra because it can be too painful. Traumatic experiences, when you lose a parent traumatically, can really close off your heart chakra because the pain is overwhelming and you're just trying to make sure that you're okay. It seems like a good idea at the time, but later on down the road, if you aren't working on trying to get back open and get your energy flowing through your heart chakra, can really cause a lot of identity problems and really feeling isolated and lonely and depressed. So don't leave it unchecked. Heart chakra is in development in your unborn child in month 6. Your heart chakra is in development cycle in ages 22 to 28, but specifically 25 years old. So that will be your theme during those ages is the formation of your heart chakra. Ailments related to blockages in the heart. Coronary illness and angina pectoris, arrhythmia and heart attack. Like some of these are pretty serious. High and low blood pressure, elevated cholesterol. I have such a hard time saying that word. Inflammation or infection in the lungs, asthma and respiratory problems, colds. So if you get colds all the time, it's your body's way of trying to let you know that you need to work on your heart chakra. Allergies, backache in the rib cage area, so upper back, shoulder pain. It's like having the weight of the world on your shoulders. That can be a closed off heart chakra. Rheumatism in the arms and hands and skin problems. How to balance and activate. I have that here. So aromatherapy. Put a few drops of essential oil in your diffuser is always a good one. A bath in rose water is especially recommended to balance the energy flow of the heart chakra. For a warm bath, use 8 drops of rose oil and 4 ounces of cream. Again, with the cream. This book really loves the cream. This one specifically I would like to really try out, so I'll let you guys know how it is. Mix together and pour into your bath right before getting in. For aromatherapy massage, use a mixture of jasmine and tarragon oils. Use jojoba or sesame oil as your base oil, or even coconut oil. I would try to do the all-natural ones. So put 2 or 3 drops in and mix it together and do your massage. Healing with plants, basically cooking or making tea with it. Gemstones, I would do, again, mix in with your aromatherapy bath or put directly on your heart area. Or hold in your hands. Just anything you want to do. What else? Affirmations. My heart is open to giving and receiving love. I lovingly accept myself as I am. I think that's very important. I give and receive with an open heart and bind myself to all living beings. Say these 3 times to yourself in the mirror daily until you start feeling a difference. Reiki is another one. Okay. check out when you need to work on your heart chakra. If it is difficult for you to let other people into your life, if you feel lonely or isolated, if you have relationship problems, if you are at loggerheads with your partner, I have no idea what that one means. It's just in my book. I'll show you the book. I know it's kind of backwards. It's like my Bible. I was totally just walking around in chapters, and all of a sudden I looked down, and it was like I was reading a book where it was actually Melody Beattie. She was a codependency therapist and coach. She writes amazing books on codependency. She talked about how chakras really help her, and I was like, oh, chakras, I wonder what those are. So I started looking into them, and then funny that I was in chapters and looked down, and this book was in the discount area, and I was like, you know what? It's only $9. I'm gonna buy it, and I was literally blown away. It has a quiz in it. It tells you about your personalities. It tells you about all your life cycles. It goes into auras and whatnot, so I'll touch on that after I do all my chakra ones. But when you need to work on your heart chakra, if you have problems sustaining friendships, if you want to increase your compassion for others and experience a sense of inner peace, if social situations leave you tired and worn out, I have a little bit of problem with that. Sometimes when, like being an empath, I find going into a group of people can be a little overwhelming for me. There's so many energies, and I tend to be a bit introverted. So if you have a hard time wholeheartedly accepting yourself, if you have a coronary or circulatory problems, if you suffer from respiratory problems or asthma, if you are very susceptible to colds, and if you have serious skin problems. There are many gentle ways to balance the energy of the heart chakra. Here we present some of them, which I was just talking about. I also wanted to include a really good visualization that you can kind of use while you're meditating. You can, be smelling your aromatherapy and holding on to your crystals while you do this as well, to combine a lot of ways to help your heart chakra. So sit down and take some time to yourself. Start your breathing. Visualize a green rosebud at the center of your chest. Steady your breathing while focusing on the rosebud. The rosebud is going to be closed, so you're going to see the green, and the inside is going to be pink. See the rosebud opening with each petal. Inhale and exhale. See the petals unfolding one by one, feeling oneness while letting go of negative energy or emotion. Imagine breathing in love and exhaling negativity and pain with your exhale breath. Sit with that until your pink rosebud has bloomed. Do not rush it. You don't have to do it in 1 minute. Really try to be present and see what starts to arise, because when you give time, even if it's only 10 minutes, if you give 10 minutes to it and you really start feeling like gratitude is another amazing way to really open up your heart chakra, because it gets you in tune with all the blessings that the universe brings to you. So in working with this and doing daily gratitude will really open you up, and you'll feel like a different person. So I'm hoping that this helps you guys in some way. I know that when I was reading about these kind of things, they really started to resonate with me when I knew what the different ailments were, because once I kind of fixed those chakras, they went away. So it was pretty amazing. It's a very holistic way that you can treat yourself. You don't have to go through all these huge courses. I love Reiki. Reiki is my passion. It is my full calling. But this was something that I had as a resource for myself when I was just beginning to help with self-care and looking after myself. So I hope you guys have a good night, and hope you enjoyed the video.